Hello, my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers all over the world. Greetings to you all. I welcome you all to this early Monday morning broadcast. Today happens to be the 31st in the month of July in the year of 2023. Today marks the end of this month of July. And we all are hoping for a better Biafran, or we can call it a better Fulani government of Nigeria, whether they like it or not. We must surely live. Even if they want to kill all of us, but they cannot succeed because Chukwu is out there to defend us at any point in time. And today is marking the end of this month. It is marking the end of anything that got to do with hardship in our lives. Whether the government of Tinubu or the APC government like it or not, we, the children of the Most High, must surely triumph. When he get mine, you get the point now. Anyway, my wonderful people, may we go straight to the reason why we are here. As you are about to start, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share any of my content. The part of them all is sharing. Keep on sharing, keep on sharing, keep on sharing. All the very, very important and very, very necessary. Nnamdi Kanu's family has come out to let the general public know, say, that handwritten note that Aloy Ejimako brought to the public, that written note is from their son. It is really from Nnamdi Kanu. But as the case may have it, EKPA said he did not believe in that written note. In fact, he said that this today marks the beginning of the 14-day sit at home, all in the name of fighting for Nnamdi Kanu's released. Anyway, what do I know? The only thing I have to tell the general public, the Biafrans, whether you are the leaders on the southeast, anybody that decide to go on a sit at home, they should be allowed to do so. This one I'm seeing headlines where police are threatening in Imo State and the rest of them, even to the extent that so-called Hope Uzodinjo of Imo State, who have killed almost all the whole Biafrans in Imo, is telling the federal government that they should go and bring back Simon EKPA to join them in the sit at home. Can you imagine that? You are looking for another soul to kill or who to imprison, Abi? Anyway, I am not supporting EKPA. Neither am I supporting Hope Uzodinjo, or neither am I supporting the Fulani government that is so-called of Nigeria. But the only thing I'm saying, I'm trying to study obvious. So that anyway, where you dey, you don't say, me, you cannot come out and tell me that I'm a double face. I support Nigeria and I support this. Listen to me and listen very good. I am a news broadcaster. I am not an activist. I'm not an activist. For those of you who don't know my work, know me that I am a news broadcaster, a media man. I am not an activist. You cannot go to where Rufai Hussein is doing his news now at Arai TV or Shehu of Channels TV and said, why do you broadcast about Nigeria? Why you belong to Odua Republic? It is not done. So please, let us know what we are saying. I bring Biafran news here. Yes, I'm a Biafran. But you cannot come out now and hold me responsible for whatever news I bring to here. When I read news, it said, why should I read news of Nigeria? Why should I read news of DOS? I'm among DOS. Why should I read the news of Hope? I support Hope. You are the saboteurs. You are the brown envelope media house. One Mechono. Mechono. My duty is to bring the news to your doorstep. When you read it, you just know what is happening or what's about to happen. That is my duty. Not for you to decide who I support and who I do not support. Biko, for the interest of peace, let us be guided. As simple as that. Let's go straight to the reason why we are here this morning. Because Monday, I don't want to start to get angry because if I'm when I will not everybody. I just not be one by one. Nnamdi Kanu's family, they don't do what? They don't confirm the handwritten letter to Simon EKPA. And they said no more. They says no more sit at home in their own region. Another headline we have here is IPOB don't launch a fresh campaign against the Fulani government over the continuous disobedience to their court order to free Nnamdi Kanu and many other its members he held illegally in different secret prisons. As that one is not enough, Ohanezendi Beribe have come out again to back Peter Mba of the killings that is happening in the state. Can you people imagine? I have told people many times that this Ohanezendi Beribe, they never stand for us. They have never stand for us. Now it's like Peter and Banner have bribed them now. They turn back now to support him. That they support him in killing the traders who refused to open their shop during Monday sit at home. And also they support him to end the sit at home. Can you imagine that? Anyway, that one is a story when we come back. Anyway, my wonderful people, let us go straight to the reason why we are here. Please, tighten your seatbelt and do what? And grab your popcorn or your Coke, because this news is going to be a very, very long one. Just get ready to start it and also end it. All the very, very important, because there's a lot of wisdoms and a lot of things you need to learn from this very particular news. My feelings cannot be like before because of my voice. I'm trying to manage my voice. I'm having a cracked voice. So you don't expect me to be shouting on top of my voice. If I did it, my dear, that means in a hospital I go there the next minute. The family of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, has confirmed the handwritten letter to Finland-based agitator Simon EKPA. Kanu's brother, Kanunta, charged EKPA to stop using the IPOB's leader in calling for a sit-at-home in the southeast. Tweeting, Kanunta maintained that the sit-at-home was over since long time ago. According to him, EKPA should call for sit-at-home in his name, not the name of Nnamdi Kanu. He wrote, calling for sit-at-home when you want is your choice, but do not use Nnamdi Kanu name to do so. Sit-at-home in Biafra land is hereby cancelled by #Nnamdi Kanu. If sit-at-home is your new franchise, please do that with your name. We move forward, according to Kanunta. On Friday, Kanu sent a handwritten letter to EKPA from the Department of State Service DSS facility. He sent the letter through his special counsel, Aloy Shoes Ejimako. Well, and I hear them, when you talk now, they will tell you, Kabutua, we support Prime Minister EKPA, continue you are doing the good work. Now, Nnamdi Kanu brother again have come out again to testify that the written note is truly from his brother. So now, people who keep calling it fake news, how far? You people can as well go to Kanunta Twitter page. That one is official. This one now is not a lawyer Jimako that brought it to the news. Go out there and read what the guy said. He really said that written note is from his brother, Nnamdi Kanu. And this publication of end to sit at home have been done since long ago. So, EKPA, if you are doing sit at home, please announce it on your name. You have been warned to desist from using Nnamdi Kanu's name to do so. This one is courtesy of Kanunta Kanu, not me. So if you come and attack me, I swear to God, if you come to my comment section and attack me, and you can never get away from it. Because this on abuse, you don't get too much. Both people who have who think that they only them have the monopoly of violence. If you come to my comment section and comment nonsense, I will not reply you. And I'm not talking ROC. What I am doing my job. If you say nonsense, I say the simple truth. Bringing news to your doorstep does not make you to be abusing. Even people who is not even up to my age, they will come to my comment section and open their gutter and begin to comment nonsense simply because you know how to write and type. Even come on to make a complete sentence, you cannot, but they want to comment. Let's be guided. Respect is a reciprocal. If I say the one that is not good or to your own liking, correct me at the comment section. That is what comment section is meant for. It's not meant for you to come to render abuses. Most of you here don't even have respect for your parents. But you will respect Simon Ekpa, whatever he said. Most of you cannot even agree to your parents, but whatever Simon Ekpa says, you will agree and respect. You follow him like your God. Anyway, I'm going to continue on Ezuzunu. Continue on Ezuzunu. Ndi follow. You cannot do your own verification. When I talk now, it seems like I am attacking Simon Ekpa. I'm not attacking anybody. What I'm doing is my job. And he's also doing his job because he is collecting pay from what he's doing. He's not doing it free of charge. If he's running that this thing, so-called this thing he's running, both being the prime minister empty-handed, hungry, buoyan and dibeya. Oh, we go on and throw you go. And he's collecting money, collecting pay from Twitter, YouTube, and other social medias. He's doing his job. So don't come to my own. If you go to that place he's doing his job, you cannot abuse him. You believe whatever he tell you, whether it's true or not. So please let us be guided. The continuous illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu in the DSS solitary confinement without charge or sentence is intended to distract and provoke IPOB. But we shall not engage in their dirty game, according to IPOB spokesperson. It is only in British failed experiments like Nigeria that courts of competent jurisdictions will discharge someone, and the lawless executive branch of their government and her institutions will blatantly disobey the court orders. That is why we refer to the country as an indisputable, irredeemable zoological republic of animal kingdom, not fit for human dwelling. To dispute the zoological republic name, we challenge any law students, lawyers, judges with a price tag of 1 million naira for any of them to show us one single legal precedent, either in Sharia, common, civil, administrative, or criminal law, where a person is unconstitutionally detained without a single charge against him. Also, where is a person's fundamental human rights are suspended without a charge pending against him. To this note, IPOB leadership calls on all hardcores and media warriors to avoid distractors and focus our energies on the following areas. Number 1, the continuous illegal detention of our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and the other IPOB members to be placed in the front burner. Number 2, we must continue to highlight all the court orders disobeyed by the so-called Nigerian government to prove the world that Nigeria is a pariah state in all our social media campaigns. And I ask, this ECOWAS that is mandating Niger Republic coup plotters, giving them 7 days to reinstate the democratically elected president into office, or they will face force. Have they ever bothered to force the so-called Fulani government of Nigeria to obey their court orders before the masses took to their streets? I saw a headline this morning where the APC group is saying that it's only God that can remove Tinubu. In other words, even if the court said this man is not qualified to rule the country, or they will call for a rerun, that means they will not agree. That means Nigeria will go into anarchy and chaos as they have threatened. Let us keep watching. According to them, he said, highlight how can an appeal court justice panel that unconditionally ordered for the stay of execution on Nnamdi Kanu's fundamental human rights to freedom in a criminal matter using civil procedures rules has been rewarded with the headship of the Presidential Election Tribunal. The corrupt judges is not a threat to justice, but a threat to democracy in Nigeria and beyond. Remember also, the following comrades whose cases in various Nigerian courts have been on continuous adjournment by the zoo security agencies. Number 1, Prince Emeka Ngonade versus SSS by Honorable Justice Maha, Federal High Court, Abuja. Number 2, we have EKPA Henry versus Nigerian Army and SSS by Honorable Justice Buba, retired, of Federal High Court, Enugu. Here, DSS lied on oath that they don't have the man in their custody, but recent document shows that they do. Number 3, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, FRN, versus Ikechukwu Nwite before Honorable Justice Murtala Iyako, Federal High Court, Abuja. Number 4, Fulani Republic of Nigeria versus Ikechukwu Henry by Honorable Justice Murtala Iyako, Federal High Court, Abuja. Number 5, Barrister Pius Awoke and 9 others versus SSSS and AG Federal by Honorable Justice Mohammed of the Federal High Court, Abuja. Then number 6, remember, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor has many outstanding cases against Nigerian Moderate Society agencies too. The above issue must dominate our social media discussion by all hardcores, media warriors, and all lovers of Biafran's freedom. We admonished all hardcore to remain focused to the cause with little or no attention to the infiltrators and the distractors. They have been busted and defeated Let's not allow them to drain our energy and derail us, because that was exactly what they are contracted to do. Every hard cause should be resolute, disciplined, and focused. We overcame the enemies between 2015 to 2017 during the same kind of ordeal, and we shall overcome this last set of enemies. In the end, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall be freed, and Biafra shall come. Comrade Ima Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary for IPOB, bringing to us this very news. Enugu State, Ohaneze, they don't back Peter Mbao to end sit-at-home in Enugu. The Pan-Igbo Social Cultural Organization, Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, Enugu State Chapter, on Sunday declared total support to the cancellation of sit-at-home by the state government. The weekly sit-at-home was enforced by a faction of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, led by Finland-based Simon Ekpa, who styled himself as the Biafran Prime Minister in exile. The government is imposing sit-at-home as a way of calling for the release of their leader, Nnamdi Kanu, who is being detained by Nigeria Secret Police, the Department of State Service, DSS. In a statement signed by Enugu State Branch President of Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, Prof. Fred Oeze, and made available to the journalists in Enugu on Sunday, the group applauded the courage of the state governor, Barrister Peter Mbah, in taking the bold step to put an end to the scourge of sit-at-home in Enugu State entirely. Ohaneze recalled that before the cancellation by the government, Enugu State became overwhelmed by a climate of fear, such that people could not go about their businesses with confidence anymore. In Enugu State, every Monday became an unofficial holiday, as businesses and other social activities usually came to a halt because of sit-at-home. Thus, the continued observance of the sit-at-home order had a significant negative impact on the economy of the state. Businesses were rapidly closed down, while others were relocating away from the state, leading to the loss of foreign direct investment and massive capital flight. Thus, the action by the Enugu State government could not have come at a better time, that Governor Peter Mbah also called for a release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and has triggered steps to get the federal government to release Kanu, as indicative that the governor understands the core issues at stake. The sit-at-home order is self-immolating and has disrupted all productive assets and resources in the state since its introduction and enforcement. Ohaneze expressed happiness that the leader of IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has himself categorically ordered the cessation of any form of sit-at-home in whatever guise in the southeastern part of the country. The group applauded the Live 7 order by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because the sit-at-home is counterproductive, as it does not incalculable harm to the people IPOB is fighting for. And there's an appeal to parents, guardians, youth, and the general public to join hands with Governor Peter Mbah and his administration in ensuring that sit-at-home was put to a permanent end in all the states. The Central Bank of Nigeria, Tinubu, have appointed special investigator to probe CBN after getting him arrested without any charge. Nigeria, on our way down. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has appointed a special investigator to probe the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. But you cannot appoint special investigator to probe who appointed CBN, Abi. Who give him all the directives on whatever he had done at the CBN for 9 good years. This one is a witch hunt. According to a recent letter signed by the Daily Post, or cited by Daily Post, Tinubu named Jim Osayande Obaze, the Chief Executive Officer of the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, as the investigator. The development comes in a wake of the suspension of the Godwin Emefiele as the CBN governor and his arrest by the Department of State Service on June 9 of 2023. The president asked the special investigator to investigate CBN and key government business entities, following the fundamental objective outlined in Section 15, Subsection 5 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. This administration is today continuing the fight against corruption by appointing you as the special investigator to investigate the CBN and related entities. This appointment shall be with immediate effect, and you are to report directly to my office, the letter stated. Last week, Emefiele was rearrested by DSS despite the Federal High Court in Lagos granting him bail. That now the same set of people, they are still breaking the rule. Now you have employed what they call it, special investigator to investigate him after getting him arrested and charged to court without no substantive what they call it, substantive evidence to charge him to court. Keep on breaking the law and law. Make on hear what thing that happened for Colombia. A president's son had been arrested, and the president said he dare not interfere as the police arrest son. But in Nigeria, even a housemaid, a common housemaid in the house of the, okay, let's use a local government chairman, does anything wrong, cannot be arrested. They will tell you that immunity covers them. Make on say, Colombia president vows not interfere as the police arrest son. This is the country that want to work. Not like this zoological republic of Nigeria, Fulani government of Nigeria that never want to work and can never work in this lifetime again. Son of Colombia President Gustavo Petro, Nicolas, have been arrested by the country's police. Nicolas was arrested on Saturday for alleged money laundering and illicit enrichment. Confirming the development, Petro said the police arrest Nicolas alongside his ex-wife, Desros Vasquez. The 37-year-old and Vasquez were picked up in a coastal city of Barranquilla and brought to the capital, Bogota. Speaking on the issue, Petro vowed to stay away from the illegal prosecution of his son. He said, "I wish my son luck and strength. May these events build his character and may he reflect on his mistakes." As a person and father, it hurts to see so much self-destruction, according to the president of Colombia. Niger coup, Arewa CSOs accused leaders of disrespect to rule of law and citizens' rights. And that is what triggered all these coups. But they will not address such issue. Rather, they are giving the coup plotters 7 days to reinstate the same person who have been terrorizing the country. For me, I think what they're supposed to do, if that man is not good enough, then give them at least maybe 7 days, 6 months, 1 year, or for them to choose anybody they feel democratically that can lead, that is not from the military space. As simple as that. Not giving them, because the people have been wallowing in poverty. Imagine a coup that had been plotted, even the whole country was into celebration, because the intimidation, the poverty level is very high, and the government are keep living a flamboyant lifestyle. There's no any country that will succeed without mineral resources. So all these countries, they have their own mineral resources and gifts. Yet these people cannot do the country better. Now you are forcing the coup plotters, giving them 7 days ultimatum. Even the person that is at the helm of that affair is illegally being elected, not qualified to stand also as a president of a country. Arewa Civil Society Organizations, CSOs, have condemned in strong terms the recent coup in Niger Republic. They lamented that the coup has a direct link with the state of backwardness and underdevelopment the West African region is faced with. A statement issued by the chairman of the groups, Adamu Aminu Musa, condemned the coup in all ramifications and advocated for the respect of the constitution, rule of law, and citizens' fundamental human rights as solution to preventing further or future coups. The statement said, "We believe a violation of citizens' rights, disrespect for the rule of law, and not abiding by the constitution are responsible for bad governance and worsening insecurity, which leads to rise in frequent coups." The statement added that one cannot disrespect court orders and want others to respect the constitution, adding that disrespecting the constitution was dangerous for democracy. Imagine, look at Tinubu giving coup plotters in this 7 days to reinstate, to obey the constitution as a democratically elected president. But the other day, Emefiele was freed from the court. You people do not respect the court. You give them order from above, not from Bichi, from the presidency, that they should still hold Emefiele and rearrest him from the court without not obeying the court order in the first place. Now you want another country to obey you. Who gave you that who gave you that audacity? Who tell you that you have the monopoly to disobey the court order, but you want other people to obey you simply because they just managed to elected you as the ECOWAS whatever it being called. The statement added that one cannot disrespect court orders and want others to respect the constitution, adding that disrespecting the constitution was dangerous for democracy. The statement explained that in Nigeria, there are several cases of disrespecting orders, lamenting that certain individuals who feel they are bigger than the law have continuously acted contrary to the court rulings. The same people will also want people to obey court rulings, but they cannot obey because they are above the court because of the place they found themselves or they forced themselves into. The groups advised ECOWAS leaders to first look inwards and address immediately the undemocratic principles before rising to condemn what is happening in other countries. As simple as that. They don't even look at what triggered that coup. They don't even want to do their own internal verification. They don't even want to do internal investigation to know exactly in all these countries that are having coups, what have the governors or the presidents or those who are the helm of affairs of that very country, what they have been doing, if they are doing things right. But they cannot do it. With all these ones, dance to their throne. Down to their tone. That is why when there's any coup, they will first of all come out and begin to lament. You need to do this because you have already told them to impoverish their citizens. Nonsense. It called on the international community to note the very many disrespect to the rule of law by the leaders and how they constantly manipulate the constitutions to fit their personal gains. It happens in Nigeria and also it is happening in other parts of the country. Where we have a situation here, Enugu youth don't storm street. They back Nnamdi Kanu in ending the sit at home. In other words, they supported Petamba. Enugu youth on Saturday stormed the street in peaceful protest to support Martin Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, in his call to end illegal sit at home in the southeast. And I asked, where are the Petamba's police and the military that is killing people who are protesting for their shop being locked? They are nowhere to be found now, right? They are nowhere to be found. You organize this one now for them to protest. You will not call anybody to shoot them. Yet, you tell me that the human rights in our country or in our states, I doubt that. The youths, in their numbers, marched through major roads and streets in Enugu metropolis with various inscriptions, which included, even Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is against sit at home. And sit at home discourages economic progress, according to the youth. Others are, we say no to enemies of our dear state and region. Sit at home affects our mental health. Sit at home is affecting our children's education, and we cannot continue this way, among others. This one, Peter and Bar section of the protesters. Nothing will happen to them. Nobody going to harass them. Nobody going to shoot them. Nobody going to injure them. They can protest as many times as possible, as long as they are speaking the mind of the governor. Speaking, the leader of Enugu Innovative Youth, Comrade Ede Ane, Madabuchi Ede Ane, said that people pushing illegal sit at home under any guise should stop it, adding that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the IPOB, was against it at home and had publicly called for its cancellation. Ede Ane said that the illegal sit at home had resulted in the untold hardship and poverty in the Enugu state and by extension to the entire southeast region. According to him, the illegal sit at home is causing so much havoc and making our education, health, and economic institutions not to function optimally, and our people are counting their losses both as individual groups and corporate entities. We as the youth in Enugu state are supporting Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in his stance to stop and totally cancel the illegal sit at home being engineered by a misguided Nigerian in Finland. We are here to let the world know that anybody supporting the illegal sit at home is against the southeast, good people of Enugu state, and the future of youth in the state and the southeast in general. I call on all the youths in Enugu state and the southeast to desist from supporting the anti-progressive, evil, and illegal sit at home agenda. It remains a wrong path and it will not do anybody any good. Rather, it will truncate our future and prospect in life as youths, he added. Ede Ane also appealed to the federal government to obey the court order to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and added that it would help to reinvigorate Southeast and bring the manipulations by a few hoodlums to an end, if they will agree. Contributing, Mr. Ebube Nebo, a youth leader in Enugu State, said that the youths in Enugu State were tired of sit at home, adding, sit at home is a canker worm gradually snowballing into a big monster of human and economic waste. In all sincerity, we are suffering. It is not just about what the Enugu State governor is saying to end it. We are indeed suffering and feeling the pains of our deprivation and lose the illegal sit at home. As youths, it is affecting our education, employment, and entrepreneurial prospects, while our fathers and mothers, especially those in the villages and suburbs, are living in untold hardship, Nebo said. Nebo retreated the displeasure of the Southeast over the continuous incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu and called for his freedom as soon as possible. They urged the federal government to review relations with the government of Finland over the country's unwillingness to rein in Simon Ekpa's sit-at-home order. Well, last year but not the least, states left out of Tinubu's ministerial list have been reviewed. Bola Ahmed Tinubu transmitted the much anticipated ministerial list to the Senate. All happened last week Thursday. The list was presented to the Senate by the Tinubu's Chief of Staff, Femi Gbadabiamila. The names on the ministerial list include some former state governors, technocrats, and serving personal assistants to the president of the Fulani government of Nigeria. While Nigerians were waiting for the list, it was expected that Tinubu would appoint his ministers from across the state of the federation, according to their assumption. Daily Post, however, observed that some states failed to make the list of ministerial nominees. The states which did not make it are as follows. Number 1 on the list is Adamawa, did not make anything on the ministerial list. Bayelsa is involved. Number 3 is Gombe. We have Kano, Kebbi, Kogi, Lagos State, Nasarawa, Osun, Yobe, and also Zamfara State, as it being called. So, my wonderful people, and I don't see more, and I saw the thing take be. Before I proceed, or before I end this news, I want to use the medium to thank each and every one of my fans out there, my family members, those ones who support me in any way. I say, may the Almighty God bless us all and prosper us as we are ending this month. We are ending anything that has to do with hardship in our lives from now onwards. So this week shall be good for us in all ramifications. And my prayer is that we shall never fall a victim of any kind. And so shall it be. So my wonderful people, make gonna take this one to the step down and enjoy. Until you hear my voice again, because I still remain your one and the only Okute Daily Talk from my own corner, bringing to you this very news. Have a nice day. Kemesiano.